Hi, my friends. Right away, trigger warning, sensitive topic. If you don't feel comfortable hearing about this right now, please stop watching, come back to it later, or don't, whatever you're comfortable with. I'm going to be speaking about funerals, but in particular, when they have viewings or they have open casket. Recently, during a discussion, I realized that sometimes people have never been to a funeral before. They don't know what to expect, and if there's a viewing, they don't know if they want to see that or the open casket. They just don't know, and it can be very, be nervous, not sure what to do. Now, I've been to plenty of funerals now, unfortunately, but I'm going to talk about my very first one and the first time that I saw a body, and tell you some things that might help you know how to approach it and be prepared, and maybe even decide if you want to go and see or not. And if you don't beat yourself up. It's okay. It's a lot to take in. Okay, it's a lot. Now, the first time that I went to this funeral and had the viewing, it was the father of one of my husband's very dear friends. We knew them for long time. And the way I approached it is the way, if you're not sure, that I would suggest maybe you consider approaching it this way too. Found out where it was, where they were located, and then I sort of entered the building accordingly to be as far away as I possibly could, so that I could look from a distance and decide if I wanted to go closer or if I just wanted to go sit down. I would strongly suggest that, especially if you think you want to go but you're not sure. So we went in, I did that, and I felt okay. So we went into it was a very small room. We went into the viewing room. He's laying there in the casket. And I remember thinking, he just looks like he's sleeping. It looks like he'll sit up any minute and be awake, and this is just all wrong. I remember thinking that I was almost like I was expecting him to just sit up. So then, after a few minutes, because, there's people coming in, we went and sat down. And then I said to my husband, I need to go back and spend some time. I said, I just need to spend some time with him. So I went back by myself. And I just stood in there for a few minutes and just looked at him. And how peaceful he looked. Now, eventually, at the end of the day, we went home. It's such an emotional time. And for the next 2 to 3 days, I couldn't stop thinking about it. What it was seeing, because that, like I said, that's the first time I saw a body. And I couldn't stop thinking about it. And like I said, the experience was just so strange and odd. And then I knew after 2-3 days, like, it wasn't, I couldn't settle my mind on it. And so I had to talk to someone. I knew at that point, I've got to talk to someone, because I need to, maybe if I verbal, and that's exactly what I needed, was to speak to someone who had already been through it, who could understand, and just have that conversation and just let that out. And then after that, it helped so much. And then it really quieted my mind. I have been to other funerals since then for family members. And I wanted to share a few things about that also might help you, so you know what some of it is like. Now, when you see them in the casket, they do look a little different. They might look a little different in their torso. Like it might look a little bit raised, like the shape might be a little different. Also, I mean, obviously their eyes are closed, but they might look a little, the lids, like they might look a little flatter than they would be normally. And also with the makeup, you'll see the makeup, I mean, it might depend on the situation as well. The makeup might be very heavily applied. They do a pretty good job of making them look, you know, they're dressed nicely, and they really do a good job. And I know at that point, like later on, not the first funeral that I went to with seeing that, but later on, when it was family, I did touch hands. I did kiss on the forehead, and they do feel cold or cool. Yeah, and that's probably the most things that you'll notice. So I hope that is helpful. The experiences I had after the first one, I was able to get through them without having the, and I think it's just that first experience that can be very, it's a lot to take in. I hope that's helpful. And to any of you who have lost someone, whether it be recently or before, please accept my deepest condolences. I know it is hard. And I wish you all the love and healing. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.